Well, I think I've waited long enough to go live. Hello, everyone. The skipper's here and he's back. And it's been far too long. I've missed every one of you. And I just can't wait to see who comes by and says hello. I'm on a whole new venture now. If anybody's had a chance to go to my YouTube channel, Miss Bell, hi. It's so good to see you. My goodness. Yeah, we got a whole new format on the channel now. I'm still sticking with the history, but now with the help of an individual who's teaching the old guy how to do some of this modern stuff, I'm doing a lot of AI and voiceovers, and I'm starting to feel like Walt Disney when he started doing his cells when he come up with Mickey Mouse, having to plan out storylines, doing the cells, doing a script that fits it. Then you have to do the fits everything together, and then you have to make sure that the voiceover matches the frames. Yeah, I've been working for about 4 hours this morning already. It's wild. Oh my goodness, look at this. Hello. Look who's here. Music 55. My. And Miss Bell. Oh my, and John Chum I think he was here yesterday. He must have left it on. But yeah, it's quite the adventure. So what I'm doing now is I'm traveling through time. So if you get a chance to take a look and tell your friends about it, because it's quite interesting. The premise is an old uncle of mine passed away and left me with a special device that looks kind of like a pocket watch, but it's actually a time travel device. So I've taken my buddy Dale, who's from Collecting World UK, CW UK. And he is my partner in crime. He helped integrate the device into my computer. And because of his dedicated service, he's become my travel companion. So the first three places I went to Philadelphia in 1922. Then I traveled to Ottawa, Ontario in 1858. And then I got this brilliant idea to go to Ottawa in 1937, because as a Canadian, you want to get those 1936 dot coins, especially the 1 cents. And it has turned out absolutely wonderful. Oh, and speaking of the devil, that young fellow Tripad that just came in was the one that helped me put it together. So I have done one more. I worked about 4 hours last night, and now I've just got to match everything up. I'm going to be traveling to, get this, 37 BCE, Alexandria, Egypt. Dale's coming with me. And that's during the time of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. So you can well imagine the story that's going to come out of that one. I should have that done probably tonight and have it online for tomorrow. But hi, Shawnee. It's good to see you. You know, you wouldn't get lost. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, it's actually been a lot of fun getting this all put together. And now, again, I'm back doing matching the history up with the coinage. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And please do share the videos out, because I try to make it as historically correct as possible. I do a lot of research. And it's just going to enhance your collecting journey. So it should be good. So what have all you folks been doing? Shut this off. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, okay. Go away. New technology. It's not like my landline. Who has here still has a landline? Garden property all morning. I'm going to drive home now. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to check with my daughter-in-law this morning. She's got a couple of raised garden beds and some pots out in the back, and last year she didn't do anything with it, and I know it's getting close to borderline. I got to get some stuff planted, but I'd like to get some tomatoes and some potatoes put out there. So I have a brown thumb, probably two brown thumbs. I kill artificial plants, but I'm going to try my hand at some gardening this year, which should be pretty good. So, what have you all been up to? I'm all by my lonesome here, and I'm reading the chat, and hopefully, maybe Dale will show up because he's going to be in my next adventure with me. If any of you seen the videos yet? Because they are really unique. Gosh, it's been so long since I've used this program. I've almost forgotten. Oh, okay. They've changed the format a little bit. Ah. Oh, diamond painting. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen some wonderful diamond painted scenes. You have to have a lot of patience to do that. I'm afraid I'm not one of the types that has a huge amount of patience. But then again, you don't know unless you've tried, right? Yeah, I just signed on for Guitars for Vets. It's a Veterans Guitar Society, and they gave me a beautiful acoustic guitar, classical one. And I've never played guitar in my life. In fact, the last time I played any musical instrument was probably 50 years ago. I played trumpet. Are you putting your artwork and sewing on the walls, KK? What's going on with you? Yeah. Yeah, the gentleman tripad up there, he is the gentleman that helped me with getting Chat GPT and a few of the other things. I still have to figure out how to do the sound a little bit better because the way I'm doing, I'm sure is not right. Because I'll do the script in a program that I don't like the sound of my own voice. You guys probably love my voice, but I don't like the sound of my voice. So I'll use an AI voice that's similar to mine. And the reason why I do that is because when I make a mistake, usually, especially when you're using a video, you can cut and paste. But with the voice part of it, I can't cut and paste it. I have to redo the whole thing. So I'll take a 12-minute session, and I spent 4 hours trying to do my own voice, and I kept screwing up. So I gave up, and at least with the AI, it does it all for you. You sit back, all you have to do is be quiet while it's recording. Oh, Jamie, it's so good to see you. Yeah, things are doing better. Things are doing better. Um, I'm out and about just like you do. I haven't seen many of your bike videos. You're showing me a lot of lighters these days, but I've got my mobility scooter and I hop on that and I boot around my neighborhood. It's just I tend to be a bit top heavy, so I got to watch out I don't dip over. Yeah, okay. Uh, I'd like to bring my wife along, but I don't think they build sidecars for the damn thing. And then we got copper owl coins. How are you doing? Our weather. That's Texas Stacker. So now that I finished my last video, with the exception of posting it, I'd like to know where you guys would want me to travel to next. Like I say, I did Philadelphia, but I can go just about anywhere. And I'll try to do the adventure so that if it's someplace you want to learn some more about your coinage, I'll go visit it during that time frame and pick up as much information as I can, and I'll do videos for it. And I'll take note of it. If I can find a pen here, I'll take note of it, and I'll travel back. Okay, KK, we'll talk to you later too. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, like I say, it's the first time I've been doing live in about a year, so it's been quite a long time since I've done anything. I'm going to try to do at least one live feed every week, and along with 2 videos that I'll post. The videos are roughly 12 or 13 minutes in length, which aren't too bad. But I'm hoping that the education side of it will really draw people back. Because, like I say, especially if you look at the videos and you find any errors, let me know, because I do a lot of research on it, and I try to make it as historically correct as I can. The channel won't have any auctions. It's down the road. Maybe if I can get some help, I'll figure out how to throw a wheel up here and maybe the odd time have a game and someone could win a coin or something. But most of it's going to be education, learning through traveling through history in a comic book sort of form. And that's what it reminds me of. You've got scenes where you go and you read what's going on. And of course, I vocalize what's going on as well. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been at least a year there, Jamie. You want some? Are you saying you want some coin? Me to travel to West Texas? No, you're talking about the time of the Alamo. That's something I haven't done yet. Probably easier. I've got 2 metal detectors, but I haven't done any because my back was so bad. Last year was a disaster. Tripod, yeah, your ears ringing. I was just talking about you. Euro. Are you saying during the time that the euros first come out? Any specific country? Because euro is a unique coin because you're covering multiple countries. I don't know if a lot of you know this, and Jamie, you can explain it probably better than I can. But with euros, the cool thing about collecting them is they each year they're interchangeable throughout the union, but they show scenes from each of the countries, which I think is really neat. Oh, there's my buddy Field Guy. How you doing, matey? Yeah, I'm using the freebie version of StreamYard. I stopped using it because they jacked the prices up so high. Ah, you're at work. Okay, yeah. I'll be in after my Blue Cross Medivy approves my next session, so you won't see me dropping in there as often as I'd like to. Tripod, for those of you who don't know, Tripod, I met him at my physiotherapy clinic. He works in there, and he helped me get mobile again, which is a real godsend for me. But he's also has a side business And I will post his information too if anybody needs to have help with social media content and stuff. This guy's pretty smart, so I'd recommend you take a look at it. Yeah, there's a lot of things in the UK, oh, and even in Canada, it's gotten bad. I've not bought any precious metals here in probably 6 months. I just stopped as soon as it got so high. I'm a pensioner, so I got to watch what I'm going. But I'll pick up these little packets here, and I'll send them out to certain individuals that are helping me out. And I did get adventurous, and I designed a brand new challenge coin. Uh, Now that's the challenge coin that I designed. You guys can see that all right. Oh, yeah, English and French. And I when I meet a veteran that's served in the infantry, I stick it the palm of my hand, shake their hand, and I leave the challenge coin in their hand, just in appreciation for the service. So yeah, yeah, I know. I enjoyed some of the perks when I had a paid subscription there, Field Guy, but it's not worth the amount that they're charging now, especially since I'm only going to be doing one of these live feeds a week. The rest of them will be done using the AI, and uh, again, it's more stories and has a time travel theme and trying to find precious metal treasures in the past. So and the whole thing is you got to go back, prepare for it. Got to go back and make sure you don't disrupt the space time continuum. What's this, Jamie? I woke up this morning with my mom falling over in the garden, crying her eyes out. Thankful she's okay. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I'm still trying to adjust. Uh, for so many years, my wife and I were empty nesters. By this stage of my life, I would think so. Um, but 2 years ago, my son Andrew, he decided that he could not maintain the house that he was living in an apartment, and his wife, of course, she ended up pregnant, and uh, she was self-employed, so she didn't get the parental leave or maternity leave. So they couldn't survive on the single income. So they ended up moving back with me. And so I've given them the upstairs portion for their little family. And he works very, very hard. He's working out of the city, and he comes in usually probably about 4 or 5 days a month. He's home. The rest of the time he's working long hours in the oil patch. And sure enough, his spouse got pregnant again, and she just gave birth to a little girl. So now they got two of them. So now there's six of us in the house where it was just the wife and I. But I must admit, it changes the dynamics of the house. Something about, especially the little one, she's a little girl, just melts the heart. Oh my goodness gracious! It's just bloody wonderful. Um, So they've got another year. I've given them rent free, so they can save their money up and pay off all their bills, and they got one more year, and then they can move into a place of their own. It's the least I can do. I mean, I can't take any of this stuff with me, so I want to make sure that I help my descendants as best as I can. Yeah, the Texas and Alberta sure have a lot in common. Um, I'm curious to see how it's all going to work out because we're divided in our country too. And not to get too deep into the politics, we're red and blue, but the blue in Canada is the Conservatives, and the red are the Liberals, or in your case, Democrats. So it's quite a bit different. Um, we got a big movement for separation, which I'm pretty sure, given um, people's loyalty to the country, won't go through. But it's telling the government that they better start treating our province correctly because they've been really nasty with us. It has really isolated the entire country from the United States, and that really peeves me. And our dollar has gone; it's just gone down the tubes. Uh, I used to go. I've been to Vegas quite a few times and traveled down to Fort Henry Harrison and Helena and places like that. I even want to go down to Texas and visit a few of my friends down there. I got uh, a, a retired Marine I'd like to visit down there, but it's just the exchange rate is so bad. I think what is it, 73 cents Canadian to an American dollar, or is that the other way around? Think on this. Yeah, Canadian dollar. If I get an American dollar, I get 73 cents Canadian. That's like horrible. Never been that low. Yeah, if you did have that power there, field guy, that would be cool. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you get a lot of guys from Canada down in Texas. I mean, we got some major lines heading down there, and I'm curious to see where it's going because our premier is really working hard to improve relation. Well, it's not hard with Alberta because we want to uh, do business with the states. Bring some silver with me for the exchange. I don't have much silver. Well, I do have a lot of silver, but it's mostly collectibles. Most of my stack has disappeared about a year. Was it about a year and a half? Almost 2 years now. Both my hot water tank and my furnace went. And we were, as a retiree, I was living paycheck to paycheck. So my wife looked at me and she goes, "What are we going to do? We've got virtually nothing in the bank. How are we going to get this fixed?" And I went, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it." She said, "What?" So I went downstairs and I got my stack and I went out and I sold it. And I paid cash for the furnace and the hot water tank to be replaced. And my wife's looking at me like, "What else do you got down there?" I said, "You'll find out after I pop my clogs. You don't need to know now, but it's there for an emergency." Well, I used it, but unfortunately, that was before everything went sky high. Could have doubled or tripled my money by now. Yeah, that's the nature of precious metals. It's ups and downs. Gold is outrageous. Um, Geez, what little gold I do have, I'm kind of holding on to because it's so high. My goodness. So given I don't know how many I can. I think I can only invite one. I won't. I wouldn't mind having at least one visitor up with me if they want. I'm only, like I say, I'm only on here for another 40 minutes or so. But uh, I'll throw that in. There you go. First come, first serve. Whoever wants to come up and visit, there's the link right there. Yeah, nothing fancy yet. Most these weekly lives will be very relaxed. more just to do a little bit of chawing and chit chat and see where everybody's at and see if you have anything that you want to share. Fine, we'll try to stay away from the politics. What's the difference between politics and parrot fleas? Oh, they both bite. Let me guess, you're on your bike, right? If any of you have ever followed Blistering Barnacle's adventures, uh, he cruises his neighborhood. He's it's interesting to see. Yeah. So I know it's pretty common, but this is the reason why I took a trip down to 1922 Philadelphia. I got one of these sent to me by Collecting World UK. Sent me this little thing. Nice thing to send me. Silver. Good. I said, okay, well, let's go visit. And eventually, I'd like to actually visit the UK as well. It's last time I was there was 2017. Yes, but I just stopped, and you was going to move soon. Pop to pop. Not quite sure what you mean there, Jamie. You know what? I don't know where Dale is, but I'm pretty sure I got his consent to use his likeness for my next adventure, and he's visiting ancient Egypt with me, and the likeness is absolutely astounding. So I cannot wait to finish that up. And I hope to have it up and running by tomorrow. But he's been busy. He's been doing his own thing, and he's now living in a new location, and he's doing a lot more less on YouTube. To be frank, I think, and I tend to agree with him. A lot of the channels that are up now that are coin related are doing primarily auctions and stuff, and that's not his thing. He did the games, which kind of miss, um, uh, but he likes the historical side like I do. So eventually, I'm pretty sure if he's available, he'll pop up. He'll see this after the fact and go, "Oh, I missed it." No. So, oh, I see the StreamYard has also done. They've changed their format here. I guess you can just click on an outro video you can upload. I'm gonna have to do an outro and an intro as well. Yeah, it gets monotonous. It's also it flusters me because I'll have all my books open and I'm looking at the value of some of these coins. Some of these guys are paying double, triple, quadruple what the coins are worth. I'm like, come on, guys, jeez, do a little research before you jump in and buy something that's not worth the money you're paying. I mean, one of the most outrageous ones, and this was just yesterday. Someone was trying to sell a 1973 Canadian Mountie quarter for $100, and it was a small bust. A small bust is if it's in great shape, you might get $1. But if it's just one that's been in circulation, it's face value. It's just a quarter. Now, if it's a large bust, I've got one that's got a scratch on it, and I can get $100 for it. But to try to take advantage of people and say, "Yep, this is," and they didn't even show the obverse because you can evaluate what the grade might be, but you always look at the obverse. The reverse, yeah, okay, it's nice and clean, whatnot, but what does the obverse look like? That's the main side. A lot of people don't know that. Look at the obverse, and if it looks fairly good, evaluate. Now, I'm saying because we're not professional people at doing grading, so we can do a rough evaluation of the approximate grade, and you got lots of sites that are actually online where you can actually hold your coin up and compare it to what the picture. Saskatoon Coin Club is famous for that, for Canadian. And you say, oh, okay, it looks like it's a pretty good grade, but whatever grade you pick, you always notch it down one, because as collectors, we always like to bolster it up a bit. So you got to be careful. So yeah. I'm still trying to get used to my screen here. How many do we have in here? I don't know. Used to show right up front. Wow, am I ever rough at this? Oh, okay, that's different. Nope. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Yeah, that's one of the shelves of my displays. That's where I get my joy for collecting. Is I use exonumia to anchor my coin collection to that are related to the coins. And since I'm a military collector, most of my uh, coins that I get from the mints have a military theme. Hence, I went out and I bought a bunch of models and built. And now all the models you see in front of you here are vehicles I drove when I was in the military. And all I did, instead of painting them the actual, khaki green or camouflage, I just bronzed them. So I spray painted them bronze, and they look great. So they're just the anchors to the coins. Same with the bronze figures. Um, oh yeah, 53 Pattern Willys was the first Jeep I ever drove in the Canadian Army. Shows how old I am. Yeah, there's another one there that's not shown in this picture. I also did the Cougar as well, which was a little later on in my career. They're gone too now. But the bronze figures are really important to me, because I can take different ones. I'm not even sure how. I don't even want to do too much on here because I'll screw things up. But I have a lot of the soldiers, different soldiers, and one of the guys in my regimental association was using that 3D printer, and he took a beautiful bronze figure of a soldier that was dressed in the period uniform I wore for combat, and holding the Fabrique Nationale, the FN. Britain, it would be an SLR, but it was an FNC1 here in Canada. And so it's hard to find those bronzes. And he copied it and 3D printed it. It's identical to an actual bronze, but you pick it up, it's like a feather. There's no weight to it whatsoever. And he painted it bronze afterwards. You can't tell the difference other than when you pick it up, which is very, very cool. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got 5 people in here. I just had to find out where they were. Okay, so we got a few watching. Oh, it's fabulous. It's fabulous. But the most amazing thing was block, send the. Yes, I know. I know. That's a kick in my pants to get my arson gear. Yeah, it's I know it's not going to be complete either. It's I got to check to make sure that it's updated before I send it to you, because I don't want you coming back saying, "Oh, I've got these and I already have them." But yeah, I have been checking through my bloody books, and you know, uh, you know how it is after you've collected for a while. You get the ones that are a little less expensive first, especially since I didn't start collecting till I would turn 65. And then eventually you get to the point where they're all key dates. And they're like, "Ooh, boy, I don't know if I can afford that one," you know. But yeah, like the 25-cent ones, I would love to complete that one. I got big gaps, especially in the first 2 pages. But yeah, I'll make sure block as I'll get that to you. Son of a gun. Yeah. First things first, though, I got to get that video out. At least I got that in order. And yeah, and I got trays and trays of silver and freaking coins. Probably nowhere near as much as my friend in Toronto there has, but all sitting here because I was laid up for a whole year and I didn't do a damn thing. I mean, it just sat here and gathering dust, which is horrible. But I'm getting back to it again, and I'm happy to be able to do that. But yeah, if you get a chance, check out my video on going back to 1937 Ottawa. It's that's a good one because I managed to get a whole bunch of 1936 dot cents and dimes and quarters. Shiny Rose is home. Brr. Yeah. A TN. Okay, what's the abbreviation there, Jamie? TN Toonies? What is a TN Toonie? Too new? Hmm. Now, well, especially with the toonies, and I'm at the stage now where I just wait until they come out, or the Royal Canadian Mint. Through the West Edmonton Coin and Stamp, they contact me to help them out as uh, I wouldn't call it security. I'd be a crappy security guard, but I help keep people in line as they're doing their coin exchanges, and they reward me handsomely. Oh, the TN Tower glow in the dark. Ooh. I don't think I have that one yet. I'm pretty sure I don't. I'll look for you and see. I just maybe if there's still some rolls, pick up a roll because I've got my mini safe here. I'll go and whatever I don't use, I'll probably throw on eBay or whatever. Like I say, if I ever get desperate, I got enough change sitting around. I'm fine. Well, again, like I say, I've been laid up, so a lot of the stuff the last I was in there and talk about cheap. Gee, I wonder if that's in there. No. Okay, that's 50. So this is the 2026 package that came out. So was that a 2026, Jamie? Shows my ignorance here. I don't know. 2025. I could look it up, but I'm lazy. Maybe it blocks around. Yeah. What I do with Dale and with Roman from Austrian Stacker, as they send me things from their part of the world, and I send them a little bit from mine, and we just straight exchange. I think it's a 26. Okay, if it's a 26, next time I'm in there, I'll take a look and see, because if it's something that's missing that's current, needs to go in my album. So yeah, I've got tons of the ones here. Also, I've got these cheeky little things floating around. And that's where I put all my world coins. I just dump them in here. And when I have time, I do the research on them, and then I have a one world album. I don't know if a lot of you guys do that, but with my world coins, there's certain ones like the American, Canadian, and British. I have separate albums for. But for world coins, I try to do them in alphabetical order and try to get a coin from every country that I can. And it's kind of cool because you go alphabetically and find it. That includes the ones where countries that have disappeared. If I happen to have them, I'll slip those in there too. But it makes for a really interesting thing. It's not that valuable, but when my grandkids come over and they come rummage through and they go, "Oh wow, you got stuff from every country here." You know, I even got stuff from North Korea, for Pete's sake. And you know, it's cool when you get some of the ones that are rather unique. Friend of mine, he was convinced. God bless his soul. He's passed on now. He had this vision, and people got to watch this when they buy currencies to make money. He was buying currency that was worthless. Vietnamese dong, Iraqi dinars, stuff that is just you know really useless money, unless of course you happen to be in that country. And literally had trillions of dollars worth of freaking dong, but he was waiting for it to change. Hey, Mara Videos, how you doing, Marlon? And anyway, he had all this money. Literally, he could wallpaper his whole house. Well, it's worthless money. It's not worth it on the open market. You can't use it. But if he were to move to Vietnam, he could be in. If he were still alive, his widow could. She could live like a queen because the money is still good there, but only there. Yeah, thanks, man. Je suis ici. Ho, ho, ho. Wallpaper the house in dong. And you can take that two different ways. But yeah. Hey, what are you doing, Marlon? Are you at work or are you at home? Isn't it it's a long weekend this weekend too here. That's one of the drawbacks of being retired, is that it all kind of blends in. And the only way I can tell it's a weekend, if I go to the ball and there's a million kids, I'm there on the wrong day. It's weekend. So that's pretty sad, but hey, that's one of the joys. Oh, yes. You guys get a chance? Live dig at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Have to be Eastern. 6:30 Eastern. That's what, 4:30 our time? 4:30? That gives me enough time to get something to eat. Anyway, if Marlon, you missed the first part. If you get a chance, check out some of the videos that I'm putting up there. Oh, you're gonna love tomorrow's, because I'm going back to ancient Egypt during the time of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. 4:30 p.m. our time. Do you have a link for that event there so that everybody knows? Put it up. Put it up. Can you dig it? I haven't even looked outside yet. Is it raining today? I should really look. I hope not. Rained yesterday all day long here. Ah, Maple Leaf Numismatics, man after my own heart. Arr. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to be completely upfront. I did do the voiceovers using my own voice, but uh, when you make a mistake, you can't cut and paste it. Not the program I'm using. Can't cut and paste it and avoid the error. You have to redo the entire thing. So I says, oh, the first two I did with my own voice, and the third one I discovered a voice that sounds almost identical to me anyway, and I could just find a very quiet time and do the voiceover as long as nobody knocks on my door or someone rings the phone or whatever, and I'll do it that way. So it is it until I can figure out how to do it where I can fix when I screw up in the voiceovers. I'll be using AI a little bit, but it still sounds good. The only thing is it kind of screws up when you're doing dates. You know, instead of saying 1937, it says 1937. No, that's not how to do it. It just sounds bad. However, when you're doing these videos that way, you have got to you do your script, you figure out what you want, then you have to do each individual panel and correct things. Little details matter. For instance, when I traveled back to Ottawa in 37, the Parliament building was flying the maple leaf. So that didn't happen until 65. So I ended up having to correct that and put the Union Jack and some red ensigns out there. That's what we used back then. Yeah, there are a lot. They're absolutely inundated with full AI content, and you can tell. Yes, I am writing the content. It's the I have to do all the research. I have to figure out so that everything is as accurate as I can find, and then I have to lay out the storyboard. And I do use the AI to do the pictures, and it does a beautiful job of the stills. So each cell is done exactly the way I want it, as I visualize it, and then I put after I do I check the timing, because one of the things you got to it won't accept which way did it go? It won't accept the voiceover if the cells don't match the period of time. So, say for instance, you're putting out 12 minutes of voiceover. You got to make sure the cells that you have for the pictures go 12 minutes. Then you can, after you put your voiceover, then you just have to slide and or move over the content to make it correct. It's challenging, and it's a real learning experience, but kind of reminds me of, like I say, it reminds me of probably what Walt Disney had to deal with when he was first started doing animation. It's just I find the details. If a picture doesn't have my likeness the way I want it, I can change it so it's me. And uh, of course, when I first started, there were some mistakes, but if you just put up with the fact that this guy's an old fart that's just learning how to do this stuff. And but the content and the stories are mine, and which is the fun part because I really love the history side. Now that's why I plan on putting out 2 videos per week and 1 live per week, as long as my health holds on. So hopefully it's going to carry on for many, many years. Yeah. I even got permission from Dale. I said, Dale, you want to come and accompany me on an adventure? And I took his likeness, and me and him have gone off to Alexandria, Egypt, and it's quite interesting. So that should be up tomorrow. Tuber. Wait a minute. Is Tuber Chat up today? I've been meaning to go back because I missed it. Yeah, definitely. You guys, if you haven't gone to Tuber, I love going to Tuber Chat. You meet a lot of great people on there. Oh, it's on Sunday. It's on Sunday. Okay, I haven't missed it. Okay. Yeah. Uh, I think they're great ones because he actually checks your videos and stuff out. He watches the stuff, which is pretty. He must have a lot of time spent reviewing all this stuff. But yeah, I'd recommend anybody to use him. I'm a long time subscriber to that channel. But I've had no. He's probably wondering where the heck I disappeared to. It's nearly a year since I started putting content up. It was really wet yesterday. I'm not out. Marlon, how's Mornville today? Is it nice out? I haven't even looked. I'm in my dark hole coin room. All I get is subdued lighting and a ring light hiding behind me here. So I'll go upstairs after I'm done here. 9 minutes, then I'll do a 1 hour live, like I say, once a week, and people want to come in, great. But do let everybody know if you know somebody that. Oh, it's sunny today. Good. I'm definitely going to be watching someone, Mayor and his buddy Tripwire, do their thing today. 4:30 our time. Yes, I want to watch that. Yeah. Okay. Well, a little bit of wind's better than a lot of hot air. Yeah, it's been a real challenge. I had a I don't know. I think he's a physiotherapist. He works in my physiotherapy clinic, has a side gig working with social media and stuff. And he came over for several hours teaching me a lot of this stuff, and I fell in love with it. It was like, oh man, finally something where I can get into the history side of coinage, and because it's not just looking at these little round objects, thrown in an album. What's the history behind them? I mean, it's so cool. When you get into that side, it makes the hobby even that much more interesting. There is the link right there, guys. Yep, 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 yep. Right there. I'm back. I'm bad. And I still got my hair. Not bad for almost 73. I still got my hair. Yeah, I know. I'm a lot like Rip Van Winkle. The last year I did mostly sleeping, but I started doing that shockwave therapy. Boy, oh boy, did that ever help get me moving again. Yeah, I can reach down to my calf now. Now I just have to build the strength into my back and get walking because I so badly want to get back into metal detecting. That is so much fun. And not to mention the fresh air and sunshine and oh, it's been a long time since I found anything decent. Oh, yes, I can. I got lots of them. There's one here that I really want to check out. We didn't do that when you came and visited me that one time, but we got one here. Do you remember when we did the thing behind? Oh, what's the name of that? The restaurant that we went to. Um, it's the water conservation thingy. We found a lot of coins down there. Well, we have one of those here in my neighborhood, and I would like to do that one. It's just a matter that if I fell down that hill, I'd never get back up. But I can take my machine. A dry reservoir, that's what it is. And it's not too far from a park. So I'm curious. I still think it'd be a good idea for us to try some of these where ghost towns and stuff that we would be allowed to go into. You know, I would suggest Vegreville, but all we find is pierogies and broken eggshells. I can almost feel Marlon go, "Whack." That's my country. Yeah. So Dale's going to be disappointed that he missed this. Not sure the closest ghost town to Edmonton. Hmm. Let's see now how smart you are. What's the closest ghost town to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada? Ooh, that's got the thing thinking. Oh, the closest true ghost town style site in Edmonton is probably the Line City ruins near Bellevue in the Crow's Nest Pass area of southern. That's a long ways. 4.5, 5 hour drive from Edmonton. If you mean closest abandoned or near abandoned historic settlement that's worth visiting as a day trip, these are usually considered the best options. The Spondin town site, that's in eastern Alberta, roughly 3.5 hours from Edmonton. Very sparse remains, eerie prairie atmosphere. Um, Conquerville. I've never heard of Conquerville, probably because it doesn't exist anymore. Southeastern Alberta, further away, but a classic abandoned prairie settlement. Rowley Ghost Town. I think I've heard of that one. It's near Drumheller. Our luck would be through there and find diamondback rattlesnakes. I can probably imagine that one. It's the most famous preserved ghost town, about 3 hours from Edmonton. Still has grain elevators and old storefronts and a preserved main street. Then there's Wayne near Drumheller. Again, that's all snake country. I hate that. Not fully abandoned, but tiny historic coal mining hamlet with a strong ghost town feel and spectacular badland scenery. I bet you that's all protected. Yeah, snakes. I do not like snakes. I freaking, especially the diamondback rattlers in southern Alberta are big. They're not little ones like the Mississauga rattlers I had in Ontario. I could deal with those ones. Uh, Bankhead, but you wouldn't be allowed to do anything there because it's right in the provincial boundaries. Uh, yeah, right. There isn't a hell of a lot that they've got listed here, but Scorpions too. Really? I didn't know they had scorpions in southern Alberta. Oh, you doggone right it can be. Well, I don't want to hear that. It's up to your bloody government to do something about making sure Christmas carries on. Because whoever's doing that, they're going to end up on the naughty list. I can guarantee you. So, anyway, guys, that's my hour of power. And I will see you same bat time, same bat channel here next week. Please do look for the videos I'll be putting out twice a week. And again, if you have any ideas, please do let me know. I would really appreciate any ideas because, yeah, I try to use my imagination. But again, if there's certain coins that you want to find out historic information on, yeah, it's I would love to do that. So that's what I would like to do is get some information for everybody. And you guys have yourself a wonderful weekend. For those of you in Canada, long weekend. Again, I just found that one out, and we will see you this time next week. And let everybody know I'm back. And Field Guy, nice to see you. Mayor, nice to see you. Shawnee Rose, nice to see you too. I saw KK came in. It was wonderful. Jamie, of course, super nice. And we'll see you next time. Cheerio. Bite your tongue. Snowing.